Imagine the quiet of a suburban California winter night. Thanksgiving weekend of 1991. A loving couple turned strangers, then nightmare. This is the chilling true story of Omaima Nelson, the former model and nanny whose life spiraled into horror. Story so shocking, it transcended headlines and etched its way into true crime lore. From the first moment you hear the details, this is a case that demands attention. I'm speaking directly to you, Ghost to Fact viewers. If you love dark mysteries, psychological depth, and shocking true crime, you're in the right place. Hit that like button, share the story, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the full truth behind the most chilling cases. Omaima Ari Nelson was born in Cairo in 1968. One of 16 children, in a traditional environment shaped by hardship. Reports indicate she underwent female genital mutilation at age 6. She later moved to the US in 1986, marrying an American citizen, then divorced, and working as a nanny and model around Southern California. She presented glamorous, but there were cracks. Character witnesses describe Omaima as seductive, manipulative, sometimes violent, accused of shoplifting, battery, assaulting a man during bondage play, even putting a knife to her then-boyfriend's throat. But the relationship that became fatal was with 56-year-old William Bill Nelson, a convicted drug smuggler turned software engineer and pilot. They met in October 1991, married within weeks in an Egyptian-style ceremony. Yet the marriage was potentially fraudulent, as Bill's divorce wasn't finalized. On November 28, 1991, something snapped. Omaima later told investigators Bill assaulted her during bondage sex. She claimed she escaped, grabbed scissors, stabbed him, and beat him with an iron. His death was the beginning of a gruesome descent into darkness for 12 hours. She dismembered his body in what psych experts say was a psychotic trance. She removed his hands, boiled them to erase fingerprints, simmered his head, and even mixed flesh with Thanksgiving leftovers to disguise the smell and evidence. In one chilling quote, recorded by Dr. David Scheffner, her court psychiatrist, Omaima recounted, "I did his ribs just like in a restaurant. So sweet, so delicious. I like mine tender." She allegedly castrated him too, a gruesome revenge act. But later, she denied cooking or eating him, classic dissociation. Neighbors reported hearing the garbage disposal and chopping sounds for hours. Then, in the dead of night, Omaima drove Bill's car to enlist help. She showed up at ex-boyfriend's doors, offering money or objects to help dump body parts. One man, Jose Esquivel, called the police. Authorities raided the Nelson apartment, finding body parts in suitcases, garbage bags, the fry pot, even the refrigerator. Police estimated that 150 pounds of flesh were recovered, but Bill was 230 pounds, meaning some remains were unaccounted for. Pieces were found wrapped in tinfoil, plastic, or mixed with turkey. Omaima was arrested on December 2, 1991. At her trial 1 year later, her defense attorney Thomas Mooney argued battered woman syndrome. She claimed her husband was violent and sexually assaulting her throughout their brief marriage. According to her, he was becoming enraged during bondage, and even dumping her kitten out of a moving car. She testified that she endured continuous abuse. On that night, she said, she snapped, acting in self-defense before dismembering the body in a psychotic trance. Prosecution portrayed her as a predator, calculating and bloodthirsty, citing her violent history, lies, and the deliberate mutilation. Psychiatric testimony painted her as psychotic. Dr. Scheffner said it was the most bizarre, most psychotic mutilation he'd seen. She admitted the mutilation lasted 12 hours, removed fingerprints, castrated, skinned, boiled, and possibly ate part of the body. The jury deliberated 6 days and found her guilty of second-degree murder, not premeditated, but with intent, acknowledging the killing but rejecting full pre-planning. On March 13, 1993, she was sentenced to 27 years to life. After years in prison, Omaima became eligible for parole in 2006 and 2011, claiming faith and remorse. But prosecutors and investigators strongly opposed parole, citing her unpredictability, lack of rehabilitation, and the most gruesome mutilation in Orange County history. In 2011, the parole board denied release. Senior Deputy Dest, Attorney Pavlovsky, called it one of the most egregious mutilation crimes we've ever had. Her petition for habeas corpus was denied in 2020 by the Ninth Circuit. As of now, she remains incarcerated, next eligible for parole in 2026. Let's reflect on what we've seen. A young woman shaped by trauma, early mutilation, abusive relationships, who may have reached a breaking point. Psychology states trauma may contribute to psychosis. She claims self-defense, but her actions are as of mutilation, booby traps, attempts to dispose suggest more than survival instinct. Was she insane? The jury saw intent. Was she a monster? Prosecutors said yes. Her psychiatrist said she was psychotic. But what if she's both a victim and a predator? So why is this story so gripping? Because it challenges our definitions. Victim, this perpetrator. Trauma versus transformation. Justice versus mercy. We're left with uncomfortable questions. Could we ever consider release for someone who committed this brutality? Should trauma reduce accountability? And what does this teach us about trauma's unpredictability? Now, dear viewer, what do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe she was a broken victim turned monster, or a monster hiding behind a victim's story? I want to read your perspectives. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it gripping. And hit subscribe button so you never miss chilling cases and other interesting facts. This is Ghost of Fact, where facts meet fear. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, where we unravel more dark mysteries from real life. Stay curious, stay safe.